I had never stayed at the Embassy Suites Crabtree. After comparing it to other hotels in the area, that this was the one that we chose, and I'm going to tell you why. Hi y'all, this is Suzette Vearnon, and welcome to my channel where I'm redefining my 60s on my own terms, and hoping that by doing so, I'm inspiring you to do the same. For those of you that I haven't had a chance to talk with or see, happy holidays. I hope you've had a great Christmas holiday. And we certainly have. As a matter of fact, my husband and I are just getting back home from a combination birthday wedding staycation. As many of you know, and maybe some of you don't, we live in Raleigh, North Carolina, and rather than driving a distance or flying to somewhere exotic, we decided that after a lovely Christmas with family, to celebrate my 66th birthday, I can hardly get it out, right? It's so new. My 66th birthday and our 11-year wedding anniversary, that we would just check into an area hotel and make it a staycation. But also, as a travel professional, I always like to check out different hotels and accommodations in the area so that I know whether to recommend them or not, right? And so I had never stayed at the Embassy Suites Crabtree. It's in the Crabtree Valley area in Raleigh, North Carolina, directly beside the Marriott. It kind of sits on a hill at the intersection of Glenwood Avenue and Creedmoor Road. Well, I had never stayed there before, but I decided after comparing it to other hotels in the area that this was the one that we chose, and I'm going to tell you why. First thing, you can't fake warmth. And I noticed every staff member that I had interactions with, there was a genuine warmth there. And I thought to myself, my God, that had to be a real intentional thing during the interview process to bring people in that can generate that kind of genuine, sincere warmth. And that's what I felt as soon as I walked in the door. They were very accommodating, very helpful, everything. It was super, super great. And so that's the first thing that I want to say. The staff is phenomenal, very helpful, accommodating. We laughed. It was just really warm. And that was one of the first things that I thought about when I was choosing a place to stay for our staycation. The second thing was the rooms. Because I'm a Gold Hilton Honors member, one of the things that I qualify for, or a benefit of being that, is to get a room upgrade if there's an availability. Well, I was told when I booked the reservation to call back maybe a day or two before, and that way they would know what the availability would be and if they could actually upgrade our rooms, which was fair. I called back on Christmas Day. First of all, I don't know if this was the A team or the B team, but still just as accommodating, just as warm. Oh, just very pleasant. And so I called them and I said, listen, I was told to call back about a complimentary upgrade. And they automatically saw the notes. They knew that my husband and I were coming, celebrating two special events, our wedding anniversary and my birthday. And they said, we'll do all we can to make it special. Well, I had already reserved a king suite, but they gave me a corner suite, which is better. You have more square footage and all of that. Is something really special about getting the corner. And so they upgraded us to a corner suite. And when we walked in, it was ooh la la. So we are here. Say hi, honey. We are here at the Embassy Suites, Crabtree Valley. Our birthday anniversary is about to commence, and I just wanted to show you this very, very beautiful room. We got a corner room, a king suite, and it is absolutely gorgeous. We walked in and we were like, oh, wow, right? So yes, just to give you a little bit of a tour so that you're ever in the Raleigh area and you're trying to think of maybe some place to stay where there's lots of restaurants and places to shop, and you're in a very good spot, whether you're going to Briar Creek, whether you're going to Durham, or you want to be in Raleigh, or you want to catch the 440 highway and keep getting up, going toward Cary and other places in the area. This is a really prime location. Don't mind my little pillow in the middle. I have to travel with a pillow, a special pillow, and I threw it on the bed. But this is an absolutely beautiful room. And I just wanted to stop and let you see just how gorgeous it is. So yes, more to come. It was fantastic. It was so fantastic. It didn't have a full kitchen, but it had a nice little kitchenette where you had the refrigerator, the microwave, and you had the coffee maker there. It was just exactly what we wanted. And there was a small sink built into this area. So it was really, really quite good. And it was exactly what we needed. We didn't need a full kitchen. It was just me and my husband. So that little kind of studio-esque kitchenette was absolutely perfect. The bathroom was really, really nice. They had the walk-in shower, no tub, but it was a nice big shower. I couldn't wait to get in it. Wonderful sink area, plenty of towels, your traditional thing, your dryers and all that. And another thing that I noticed was they had a big floor-length mirror behind the door in the bedroom suite, which had an actual door. You could close the door of the bedroom. So that was really, really great. So you had that privacy. It had its own television, still that beautiful mahogany rich colored furniture, beautiful bed, comfortable bedding, very well decorated, simple but wonderful. What stood out is there was a sink in the bathroom, but there was also like a sink vanity too, where you had a small sink with a lighted mirror. The mirror on the wall was lighted. Beautiful. When I put my makeup on, I could see. It was almost like having a makeup mirror, but the lighting was built into a large mirror. So it was like a large makeup mirror. Fantastic. Oh, I looked at my makeup. I could tell exactly how it looked. Because sometimes you get in these mirrors and you kind of trying to get in close, hoping that you get your liner and all this stuff looking. Well, it was like a big makeup mirror on the wall. Wonderful, wonderful. There was an actual standalone closet for your clothes and everything. Wonderful view overlooking the Crabtree Valley area. Just beautiful view. It was just, I had never watched or seen the Crabtree area from that height. We were on the 7th floor. So it's just a lovely view. very comfortable. If I were to say my con, only two cons from the room. One was trying to make sure that you could get the water to the right temperature. I was able to do it in the shower, so I had a wonderful shower. But the regular sink, trying to get the water the right temperature, it tended to like be cold, then it get warm, then it get cold, then it get warm, then it get cold, all while it was running. So that was something that was a little bit of a but it didn't affect the quality of the stay. You just had to kind of finagle a little bit, and that was just something you just had to deal with. And because I was washing my face, having it go from a little warm to a little cool was actually fine. If it had been that way in the shower, I wouldn't have liked it. The shower, the pressure was fine, and I was able to get the right temperature in the shower. It was just with the sinks that there was some difficulty with that. And when you thought you had it the right temp, it would go cool. Then it would get heat up. Then it would go cool while the water was running. So that was something I did not particularly like about that. The second thing that was something, maybe a con, not a game changer, because I would stay at the hotel again. However, the central air and heat was noisy. When it came on, you would hear it, boom. It would come on. It was noisy, and we had to keep finagling with it. It was comfortable in the whole suite, but we noticed that when we would turn the heat up, our bedroom would be hotter than the rest of the suite. And that's whether the door was open or closed. That was something that it wasn't a deal breaker, but we had to keep finagling with the temperature, because we'd have to turn it up to make it a little bit warmer in the common area. But then we noticed when we went in the bedroom, it was warmer in the bedroom. It wasn't uncomfortable. We were able to adjust it so that we had a very comfortable sleep, but still, me and my husband were constantly adjusting the temperature. Yeah. So it wasn't an old-fashioned, area, but it was noisy. Didn't bother me, because once I go to sleep, I'm done. But you heard it, whoom, whoom. When it came on, it was like a whoom. And it was kind of noisy for a little bit. Then when it got to the right temperature, it shut off. So it would maintain the temperature, but it was noisy every time it came back on. So that would be something that I would definitely change. But other than that, absolutely wonderful. The cleaning crew was great. They checked in to see if we wanted our room clean, because we were in there. And even though we didn't need it clean, they did bring us some more towels. They were very kind. Very, very, very nice. So it was great. It was great. Very, very nice. The hotel itself was very nice. That was another reason that I booked it. Beautiful hotel. Absolutely stunning. Look at this, y'all. I like the lobby, and they have in the lobby this, I don't know whether it's a sculpture or some type of artwork, but it looks like a wall with cascading water coming down it. And I thought that was just so fly. I also loved the elevators. The elevators were scenic elevators where you got in and you could, as the elevator was going up, you could see the lobby area, the restaurant. You could see a panoramic view of the hotel through the glass elevator. I thought that was really, really fly. I really liked that about the hotel as well. So it was very aesthetically pleasing. I like that. There was a nice big fitness room, big fitness area to work out in, and there was a heated indoor pool. I wish there was like a jacuzzi or a little whirlpool on the side. They didn't have that, but they did have a heated pool. And around the heated pool were like little cabanas and little private areas around the pool. So it was a very nice pool area. So I liked that as well. Two things I like. I liked too that it was a host hotel for the mystery detective, where it was like a murder mystery dinner. The hotel was one of the hosting venues for the murder mystery dinner. And that was so well done, y'all. Oh, it wasn't the typical murder mystery where it's kind of like over the top. It was very engaging. We were all part of it. We were at our tables trying to figure out who committed the murder. They left clues. You used your cell phones for some parts of it. You got out and you interviewed people at the dinner to help you to figure out if one of them was the one that committed the murder. There was comedy, excuse me, in it. The dinner was very good. I had salmon. My husband had chicken. They also had a vegetarian option, which I thought was very thoughtful as well. Very good. I had salmon, big piece of salmon. I was like, wow, it was a big piece of salmon with potatoes. The potatoes were well seasoned. They were so good. And the vegetable medley, I would have liked my green beans to have been cooked a little bit more, but the zucchini and all that was delicious. So, and there was dessert, chocolate cake. Oh, that chocolate cake was good. It was difficult eating and trying to figure out the murder mystery at the same time. I think I would have enjoyed it better if it had been where we had a time to eat first, then go into the murder mystery. Or while we're eating, have certain little Easter eggs, like people coming around and that were part of the whole murder mystery. And we might not have known they were a part of it, but just kind of having them come around while we're just eating and laughing with the people at our table. I wish there had been time for that. Then maybe during dessert or after we had, we're almost at the end of eating or something like that, then start the murder mystery part. But it was very difficult with your piece of paper and your pencil, and you're trying to find a part of the table where you can write without, it getting all on your plate. And then the wait staff was coming and taking plates and bringing stuff. So it was a lot going on. And if there were anything that I would use as a constructive criticism, it would be to do that, to have the meal portion, then go into the murder mystery portion. That I think would have been would be better, because it was a little cumbersome trying to eat and solve and do things with eat with one hand, solve with the other, trying to find a place on the table, move the bread around. It was just a lot going on. So if there was anything I would change that. But I enjoyed that about the hotel. I'm trying to think of anything. Oh, parking. There was parking near the front. However, you did have to pay to park. I think it cost $10 a day. So we had to pay to park, but there was a parking deck attached to the hotel. I love that. So that if it was inclement weather, your car was covered. And we were able to park pretty close to the hotel, to a hotel entrance. So that was really, really good. Our hotel digital keys, well, there was a digital key, but there was also a regular card key. We used our card key, and you were able to get in and out very easily. So that was really, really good. Another thing I loved about the hotel, complimentary breakfast. Y'all, we're not just talking about complimentary continental breakfast with a waffle iron over here and a toaster over there. We're talking, or just buffet. We're talking about full on grits, homemade potatoes. You know, the little, yeah, some people call them home fries, but these are like little potatoes, breakfast potatoes, I call them. Grits, oatmeal. You had dry cereal, an assortment of dried cereals. You had pastries and donuts and muffins, and you had different bagels. I mean, you had the toasters. You had the coffees to choose from. You had teas to choose from. You could stand in the line for the buffet, and you could serve, some parts of you could serve yourself, or get served as well. I mean, they had the bacon, and they had grits, they had eggs. It was great. And then separate from that line, you had another, like a little window for your omelets. You could stand in that line to have your omelets made to order. And there was a bar. In the evenings, there was a complimentary reception where you could get a complimentary drink, an alcohol beverage, and mix and mingle with the people staying at the hotel. These things were complimentary. I looked at my bill. I was not charged for any of it. And you could take it to your room, or you could sit and eat. They had like the family style tables, but they also had the more individual tables. They had booths. They had individual tables. You could eat around the bar. You could order from the bar, televisions and all that. It was super, super cool. It was super cool. It was really, really, really good. Really, really good. So those things together were the reasons that I chose to take a chance on this hotel. Being a Hilton Grand Vacations Club owner, I'm used to a certain level, right, of quality when it comes to my lodging. Even though this was not that, because the lodging through that is like a home away from home. You literally are staying in what looks like a condo, like full kitchen. I mean, like for real, for real. Multiple bedrooms, multiple bathrooms. You know, it literally is like a condo. And so having kind of gotten used to that level of quality, I wasn't sure how staying, even though it was a suite, it's Embassy Suites, I didn't know how that was going to compare, or whether I was going to be disappointed or not. I was not disappointed. I was not disappointed at all. And of course, the Embassy Suites Crabtree is right across the street from the Crabtree Valley Mall in Raleigh. And the Crabtree Valley Mall is one of the first malls in Raleigh. It is historic. It was here first before Triangle, Town Center, and these other malls. There was Crabtree Valley Mall. And I remember being a little girl in Kinston that people would travel to come to Crabtree Valley Mall because for a while, like even in Kinston, when we did not have a mall, Raleigh had a huge mall, right? And so to know that this hotel is in a shopping district of Raleigh and very close to a major highway. 440, which we call the Beltline, is a major highway. You can get on the Beltline and catch Highway 40, which will take you to the Durham, Chapel Hill area, or you can get out there on Glenwood Avenue, go all the way down Glenwood Avenue to the Briar Creek area into Durham, North Carolina. So talk about location, location, location. And then Creedmoor Road, if you go up Creedmoor, wonderful shopping areas, grocery stores. So many things are well within a 3 to 5 mile purview, where in that area you can get to just about anything in Raleigh. You really wouldn't even have to leave the area very much if you're visiting from out of town. And so I wanted to definitely talk about this hotel because it was a very special celebration for us. And your lodging can make or break your celebration. And I've just got to say that choosing to stay at the hotel and take advantage of that murder mystery show that it's a venue for, it was the perfect decision. The absolute perfect decision. So yes, I want to jump up here and record this. And I would love if you have any questions about it that maybe I didn't cover, please put the questions in the comment section. I read the comments myself. I will answer your questions to the best of my ability. Yeah, absolutely wonderful. I did say there was a fee for parking, but it was only $10 a day, which was really, really, really good. But when I looked at my statement, they didn't charge me. And I don't know if it was because I was a gold member that maybe I got complimentary parking, but I did not get charged for parking. So they really did. If it was because I was a gold member, yay. But if that was a part of them making it special for me and my husband, then that makes it even better. But I did not get charged for parking, even though I did see $10 a day for parking. I did not get charged for parking at all. I did not get charged for my room upgrade. And I know sometimes if you are not a Hilton Honors member, gold or diamond, sometimes there are certain things that you would have to pay for. And I'm just grateful that complimentary breakfast was a staple, regardless to whether you were Hilton Honors card holder or not. Complimentary breakfast was a part of the hotel. So that was already a selling point, and it was delicious breakfast, home cooked breakfast. And it was just great. The staff was wonderful. It was just great. It was just great. The breakfast was wonderful. Great variety. Great variety. Whatever you felt like. Oh, and they had different juices too. It was just great. It was one of the best breakfasts at a hotel that I've ever had. And that says a lot. Complimentary? All that, and it's complimentary every morning? that made it a standout. So I wanted to just jump on because I was just really pleased with it. I like doing reviews because it also lets people know. If you're like me, I'll sometimes come to YouTube before I go someplace to see if someone has done a review so that I get a genuine review from a person, not somebody who is an affiliate or a paid sponsor, but just a person who is going to keep it real, is going to tell you the truth. Again, if you have any questions or if there's something about the hotel that you saw as a plus because maybe you've stayed there that I didn't mention, please add it. But as far as I'm concerned, that is one that I would wholeheartedly recommend, and I would stay there again. Okay? All right. Take care, and I'll talk to you on the next episode.